Hello, this is Paula, and tonight I wanted to do another review. This time it's for Yankee Candle's Sandalwood Vanilla. This is a scent I didn't even know existed until this last semi-annual sale in the summer of 2016. I don't claim to know all there is to know about Yankee Candle scents, but I have been using them for some time, and it's always really neat to see what comes back from the treasures and whatnot, and I imagine that this is one of them. Now, sandalwood is something that's come up many times, although I'm not overly familiar with it. I am just somewhat familiar with it, and it kind of intrigued me enough to take off the lid and give it a little sniff while in the store. I thought it smelled nice, but I tend to be wary of overly perfumey fragrances that are like over the top heady floral fragrances that might not be, genuine, which is a tall order to ask them to be genuine. And so it's not that I'm trying to be overly picky or like a scent snob or anything. It's just that I feel like my head cannot, I don't know, that it might be kind of like a headache inducing thing. So I'm just really careful. And actually, in fairness to all the floral scents out there, I have not tested that theory. It's something that I imagine to be the case. I think because there was once a really floral, cheap candle that gave me an awful headache once, a long time ago. So I might just be assuming that they would give me a headache. Anyway, all that to say, I wasn't sure about this one. Now, sandalwood, in case that seems confusing, I understand is not a floral fragrance at all. I just maybe for a second assumed it might have been for some reason or other in the same category. Like you'll find it in different stores where they sell like incense and all kinds of things. I don't know. I didn't know if it would be done right or not. I'm so glad I tried this. Let me show you a little bit better here. It's an interesting label on the front. It looks like it's got a flower, maybe an orchid. It's got some kind of like little beads and white shells. Kind of interesting. I've got my favorite things, Lid on there. And this is the only one I have of this candle. And it is one I've shared in my house. Now, I'm going to show you this. Don't be too alarmed. Look at that. It's kind of a mess on the bottom. Ay, ay, ay. That's a little bit of a mess because of the wicks. But I did not burn this all the way down. I would come home from work and it had been burning a lot during the day sometimes. So I shared this candle, or my husband actually chose this candle out of my stash. He works out of the house. His office is in the basement. So this would be like burning upstairs and whatnot. I'm trying to, hold on one second. Okay. So he chose this one, which kind of surprised me, but it's also a compliment to a candle because oh my gosh, if I'm a scent snob, he really is. He's like a food snob too. But I mean that in kind of a good way. Like if you're going to pay money for food and candles and whatever, you might as well get the good stuff for the best deal you can. And so in that sense, you're allowed to be a food snob or a scent snob or whatever you want to be. Anyway, he liked this. He liked this. And I thought before he burns it, to the point where it's gone, I wanted to do a review. I have been able to enjoy this a little bit. To be completely honest, it's not the strongest throw, but you could smell it. It ended up being in a small bathroom. Like when you enter the house, there's a small bathroom down the hall on the right. And it's kind of a good central area to have a candle because it'll kind of come out into the hallway and whatnot if it's a strong one. This one did a little bit. I would have to go into the bathroom and kind of smell it. And a couple good things, when you smell this on cold, it is how it smells when it's lit up, maybe a little more I don't know, it comes alive a little bit, but it's what you smell on cold also. I think it's a fairly simple scent, but I don't mean as opposed to a complex, although it sounds like it. I just mean, I think it is just basically sandalwood and vanilla, and it's beautiful. I love vanilla fragrances though, and this is in the fresh category, so it's kind of nice. I looked up a description on this. Of course, it's hard to find. I looked up on Amazon, on eBay, on all my little tricks of the trade, short of calling the store I bought it from to ask them if they would mind looking up the notes for me. That's what I do sometimes because the notes can be so interesting. If you kind of enjoy different fragrances and how they are made and perfumes and colognes, it's kind of fun to see what notes make up your favorite cologne or perfume or candle. So, but for my own, just out of my own curiosity, I looked up, and this is not an in-depth search by any means. I did look up on Wikipedia, which for a lot of things is a sufficient source for something from like what I'm using it for here. A lot of the times I do not like Wikipedia in terms of like very thorough research that's well thought out, and I don't know. But that said, I think it's sufficient for this purpose here. I thought I would share with you what I found because it was interesting to me, just to appreciate what sandalwood is. We all know what vanilla is, and it's the sandalwood that's in this candle that makes it very interesting, I think. So let me share a little bit with you, if you care to hear. This time I shut the door, so if you hear a dog, that's my little Molly. She'll be just fine. She likes to sound very pathetic and sad, but really she's just fine. She's just a little bit of a drama queen and knows how to get attention. And she hears me talking in here, and she knows I'm not talking to her. Anyway, moving right along. She is just fine, lest that sound be breaking your heart or something. Okay. Sandalwoods are a medium-sized hemiparasitic trees and part of the same botanical family as European mistletoe. And again, this is Wikipedia I'm reading from, so credit goes to them. That was interesting to me that it's related in the same botanical family as European mistletoe. Notable members of this group are Indian sandalwood and Australian sandalwood. Others in the genus also have fragrant wood. These are found in India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Australia, Indonesia, Hawaii, and other Pacific islands. Okay, and oh my goodness, I can admit right up front I might be butchering the pronunciations of some of these names of things I'm reading. This is of interest if any of you want to look up, and there's a lot to be said about just sandalwood and the different various species or the different, they even give like unrelated plants, but they have similarly, oh my gosh, the scented wood is similar to other scented woods. Good grief. You get what I'm saying? Okay, one second. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of names I'm not going to even try to attempt to pronounce. Okay, so in the production, so like how it comes to us, makes it usable. Producing commercially valuable sandalwood with high levels of fragrance oils requires santalum trees to be a minimum of 15 years old, the age at which they will be harvested in Western Australia. The yield, quality, and volume are still to be clearly understood. Okay, I'm not sure that's what I was hoping to read there. Hold on one second. It says sandalwood is expensive compared to other types of woods. Therefore, to maximize profit, sandalwood is harvested by removing the entire tree instead of sawing it down at the trunk close to ground level. This way, wood from the stump and root, which possesses high levels of sandalwood oil, can also be processed and sold. It kind of went to talk on about how it can become over harvested because of its popularity over time. I imagine that would definitely be the case, kind of like with different plants and herbs and things like echinacea. Wild echinacea, these things can be over harvested once they become of use and valuable and whatnot. So you hope that they would be replenishing the places that they get it from. As far as fragrance, and I hope, okay, you guys, if I'm boring you to tears, please feel free to click out. I just thought this is interesting to me, so just in case it might be to you, you can listen on. Sandalwood oil has a distinctive, okay, this is what I was kind of going for the most. The oil of sandalwood has a distinctive, soft, warm, smooth, creamy, and milky, precious wood scent. It imparts a long-lasting woody base to perfumes from the oriental woody, oh gosh, fougere and chypre, so bear with me, my pronunciation there, families, as well as a fixative to floral and citrus fragrances. When used in smaller proportions in a perfume, it acts as a fixative, enhancing the longevity of other more volatile materials in the composite. Last but not least, sandalwood is a key ingredient in the floral ambery fragrance family. When combined with white florals such as jasmine, ylang ylang, gardenia, plumeria, orange blossom, and tuberose, etc. So anyway, there's so much more that could be said. That might give you a feel. If you're looking to purchase this candle, I did see it on eBay. It's nice. It's beautiful. It's a classy smell to me. It smells very nice. I don't really have any complaints other than to say, what you probably guess that I will say. And that just is that I wish it was a little stronger. It's 22 ounces. It's the large jar that I got here. It's burned nicely. I brought this up here to show you guys, and I blew out the candle and it like smoked for a very, very long time, and it was horrible. You don't want to breathe it in. It's smoking so bad. Because the wick was so long, and then I relit it and the okay, in case you think I'm exaggerating. You see the candle here? You see how low this wax is at the bottom? What is that? Look, not even what? An inch left? Okay, so this flame right here was coming out up here. No joke. Like out the top. It scared me half to death. And I couldn't blow it out. I could not blow it out. And so I had to like cover it with a lid. And then that scared me because I was afraid I was going to break that glass. So all that to say, trim your wicks, folks. I should have trimmed it before I relit it. I knew that. I need to invest in another wick trimmer. I need to invest in a, what is it called? What is it called when you tip the wick over and extinguish it? Oh my gosh. You kind of like pull it down into the wax and it just drowns the flame out. No smoke, no mess, no blackening, no harming your lungs. Good grief. I feel like I'm driving behind a Big Mac truck that's putting out black smoke or something. I can't stand that. Because you don't want to inhale it. Anyway, I don't know why I went there with that. That happened to me twice this week, that's why. Anyway, all that to say, I trimmed the wick. It's still pretty big, as you can see. And it had a huge mushroom top on it there. But it's much better now, and I kind of, considering all of that, it's not blackened, so it's been a pretty good burn. It's been a clean burn. I imagine that for candle companies, it's very much of a trick to get the wicks and everything just right. So I would probably buy this again because it was enjoyed by myself and my family. It was a pretty candle. There's something really nice about a pure white candle That is just beautiful to me. I just love it. I don't even really know why, because in general I love colors and bright colors and happy colors, but white in a candle is beautiful. This is a nice candle. I would recommend it. I would buy it again. I might try to look for one that had more scent than not, but I don't imagine there'll be much to pick from. So if you get the opportunity, you could pick this up. This has turned into a rather long video. If you like short videos, my apologies. And I kind of go both ways on that in terms of longer and shorter videos. You just never know. I never really know where that's going to go. So thank you so much for tuning in again this evening. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you soon. Bye.